Hey, this is Mike at Half Hippie Acres, and I'm going to show you how to build a bench. So I'm at Pepsi Point, just up the hill here from the fire pit. This looked like a perfectly reasonable job site for the day. Here are almost all the pieces, I believe, that I will need to build my bench. And it's just a pair of young birch trees that I harvested from about 40 feet from here. Nice and local, you know. So the idea is very simple, and it's nothing new. This is basically, I'm going to build two of these, and these will be the sides of the bench. The ground will be down here, backrest, seating area. I'm going to notch these guys together and then tie them up with some paracord. And then same with the slats, which will run this way, and the ones for the backrest, same thing. I'll notch them in, and then I'll probably need some sort of brace here on either end, just to keep the backrest up when leaning back on it, and then probably from the top or bottom of one of these crosses to the top or bottom of the other, the opposite, I'll need to run a diagonal just to keep the thing, give it some shear strength. Well, see how it goes. Alright, so that was pretty easy. The beauty thing about notching is that your cordage and your knots aren't actually they're not bearing any of the force that are put on the backrest or the seat of this thing. It's all in the notching. All the rope is doing is just keeping those things together. So it's very simple and strong that way. So for the next two, I'm going to lay them right on top of the first ones to keep the angles and everything as similar as I can, and then just mark it. I'm going to bring a tripod with me one of these days too. I'll just mark it with a little handsaw. Like that. And then I can go at it with the bow saw. No, get your nose in there. So I've got to cut, slice through about halfway on both sides, and then what I'm finding is really good to notch that out. Nice sharp axe and a little mallet. You don't ever want to hit your axe with another metal object unless it's like a maul and it's specifically designed for it. These guys are they're heat treated, and they will shatter if you hit them too hard with something else that's metal. So always wood. Nice clean notch. So there we have it. Two of them tied off. Those are the two ends pretty done, except for, like I say, it's going to be a little brace across the front there to keep the back from leaning too far back. So now the next thing to do, I'm going to notch the ends of all of the slats and the backrests so they can sit nice and flat against these guys and not rock around a lot. So same idea, except I'm just going to do one cut on either end and notch it right out to the end of the post. So it'll be half the work, which is nice. Be right back. So there's lots of things to love about batoning with your axe through wood instead of like swinging. For one thing, it's extremely accurate. You just place your axe exactly where you want to make a cut and tap it through. It's not like you're swinging, hoping to hit the right spot or anything like that. Also, if it doesn't chip out perfectly square, you can kind of use it as a chisel and kind of work your way down and shape very slowly until you got exactly what you're looking for. So it's super simple, but really good tool to use when you're doing this sort of stuff. It's also a very common practice with a good knife. You can baton through firewood like this with a really good knife and negate the need for an axe if it's too heavy to carry where you're going. So I got all my ends notched up, and I think I'm going to carry this down to the fire because trying to carry it down there after it's assembled is going to be really heavy. So I'll carry it down near the fire pit and try to assemble it down there, and sounds like maybe some help's coming. So that'll be good. So yesterday I got all my pieces cut and I started assembling the bench, but then I ran out of paracord to tie it all together. And the more I started thinking about it, the more I figured I'd rather go with mechanical fasteners, some screws. I'm going to screw all the slats down for the sitting area and the backrest, and then we'll see what kind of bracing we need for some shear strength. Yeah. Sink them nice and deep.
Looking like a bench by God.
Have a seat, see what she feels like.
Oh.
One more?
Yeah. One more lumbar and sink the front down. It'll be beautiful.
All right, shot cut your head off, perfect.
Yeah.
Solid. There you have it, one bench.
Feeling good?
Yeah, I like it. Perfect.
What a tasteful touch to a beautiful bench. You're going to use a knife like an idiot, make sure you wear gloves. Shout out to Mike Jones Knife and Tool for a beautiful knife. Razor shirt.
Beauty. Job done.